Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. I don't remember what happened the last part. I think the last part was, I think it was, wasn't the, it was the Hajin Tide event. In this part though, we're going to start our first of the three, quest lines for the faculty of something or other. It's the same quest we did with the gatherers, except now it's with the crafters. So currently I can do Boric. This is involving smithing and I think armorer, and I can do Jude, because that includes carpenter, which I have at level 90. I cannot do De Broy yet, because I don't have, that's alchemist and or culinarian, which I don't have at 90 just yet, but that's fine. Much like with the Crystarium quest lines, you only need to do it once and then you're done, so you don't need to do it again if you, like for this one, or like for this. If you do it on either alchemist or culinarian and you're done, so it's a one and done deal. So Boric, what is up, good sir? How are you doing today? Wait. Oh. Dearie me, whatever am I to do? I dread to think how the professor will react if I return without it. Oh, sorry, you startled me. I don't suppose you would happen to be a cross one, would you? I would be. Brilliant! Please allow me to introduce myself. I am Boric, and I am under the employ of a professor at the Studium. Professor Rurusha, to be precise. I'm gonna just call you Ruru. Make it easier. She works in the field of archaeology and is deeply invested in the restoration of relics. I have been tasked with finding someone capable of helping with her most recent project. Needless to say, I first asked our colleagues at the Studium itself for their aid, but I was told in no uncertain terms our so-called relic was a mere refuse. Frankly, between the two of us, to my untrained eye, it appears to be a little more than a shabby ornament or a child's toy. The professor, meanwhile, is convinced that it is unique and of great value. And far be it from me to question her. Few archaeologists have had such success as she, but I digress. Would you be willing to at least meet with the professor and hear more about our work? I'm contemplating for my time. Fine. I'll look at it, see what I can do. So you're willing to meet her then? Excellent. Thank you so much. She gotta be somewhere here in the Studium. I don't imagine it'll take too long to find her. Alright. Alright, so I gotta fix my hotbar. I didn't realize my hotbar was such a damn mess, but I'll do it in just a little bit. Ruru! Oh, Boric, what's up? He's afraid of something. Turn the image off. Why, hello there. Terribly sorry, but I'm rather busy at the moment. Cannot wait until later. Perhaps you wouldn't be quite so busy if you weren't wasting time on what was clearly a little more than rubbish. You do realize there are limits to our fundings and facilities, don't you? The faculty cannot afford to waste time on projects that show little to no merit. Honestly, I think you're overreacting, Professor. I have a very good feeling about this relic, you know. Feeling? Feeling? I was not aware that we had decided to rely on feelings over common sense now. If I were you two, I'd spend my time on anything other than helping this crazed crone with her work. Yeesh. Judgmental. Sorry about that. You must be wondering what you've walked into. It seems Professor Nemono is having a rather bad day. What was the first clue? Shit, I dropped something. She is indeed, Professor. What's more, she's kindly agreed to hear more about our work, which is why I brought her. You even asked for my name. God damn it, man. Come to think about it, I don't think I've ever asked for your name. God. Well, Cecilla, thank you for coming all this way to talk to an excitable old lady. I'm Ruru, a humble professor of archaeology. You've doubtless heard from Bork that we are attempting to restore a relic of sorts. I suppose it then falls upon me to explain our situation in a little more detail. But first, let's first make way to our workshop. It'll be much easier to explain things to you there. Oh, alright, Ruru, what are we doing? Golden fish? The work that presently occupies my time is the restoration of this peculiar piscine. I should turn this off. Piscine face relic. Its design called to mind the stories of Saint Deata, which is why I have taken it to call it the Golden Deata in her honor. Or is it Diata? It looks like a Namazu. It was brought to us by one of our gleaners. From what I understand, the excavation whence they found it was an independent venture, and considering its otherwise lackluster appearance, those of a similar mind to Professor Nomino have been quick to write it off as rubbish. However, I believe it to be a type of mammoth. I do not wish to sound impudent, Professor, but do you truly think that thing could be a mammoth? To my eyes, it looks like an ornament designed to resemble a bird or a fish. Next, you'll be saying it can take to the skies and fly like an airship. For all we know, it might do well that. And yes, I'm quite certain the Golden Deata is a mammoth. It doesn't look much like your standard Uldan mammoth, but I'll grant you that. But its innards aren't no less complex. We just need to get it fixed, and it's bound to start moving. I know it. What's more, I've got a special feeling about this one. Something tells me it possesses special abilities. Another one of those special feelings. Wonderful. In any case, this is where I need your help, Cecil. The relic might not seem in a bad state from its outer appearance, but its insides are a mess. There appears it will be a little that can be salvaged, so it'll be your duty to create replica parts that can match all the broken ones housed within. I would be forever grateful to you should you decide to help us. I'm just champing at the bit to find out what secrets lurk within this little old thing. Wonderful! I knew I could count on you the moment you arrived. You've made an old woman very happy, Cecila. Alright. Now, let's get down to business. I'd like you to begin working on its exterior. Though I see no signs of erosion, something, possibly one of the dislodged parts, has done considerable damage to its insides. But it won't do to work on the interior and its complex parts without ensuring the shell housing them is sound. That said, I have no doubt you'll need to prepare a few things before you get to work. Let me know when you feel ready to get started. I am all ready to go. Faculty of Archaeology? Oh boy. Alright, the Dormant Deata. Hello again, Cecil. Are you ready to begin? Yes. Wonderful to hear. I'd like you to start by crafting gold plating. You didn't worry about fitting into the relic, though. I'll handle that. Alright. Okay. So... Okay, so it's just like with the gatherers. You craft 6, and then you're done. You go off to the next esteem level, which gives you the next set of quests. Now, I have all the materials necessary to make all the items because I did this on my other character. So I have all the items necessary except for these. Obviously, these are tied to the quest lines themselves. But I have all the other materials needed for this. So we're already good to go. I just gotta craft them. So what I'm gonna do from here is I'm gonna craft all the items needed. You only need 6, obviously. I'm gonna craft all of them. So we can just bang this out one go. Bing, bang, boom. So, give me a bit, and I'll have the gold platings all made and ready to go. Alright, I have made all of the items that I need to turn in. My inventory is so full of shit, it's not even funny. There's so much shit in my inventory. This is crazy. But yeah, I did it all. It's all done. I got it all. I do have one extra plane that I kind of fucked up. I'm gonna find it. I don't want. There it is. Get rid of that. All right. Hey, lady, I got your stuff. The more, obviously, the higher quality the materials you turn in, the more rewards you get. So, give me my scripts since I don't need the XP. Great work. I can see you're a fine craftsman indeed. Thank the gods for sending you our way. I did it. I did it. I'm a success. Truly splendid work. Our little friend is looking much better already. Oh, it feels like I'm watching my own child grow up. This that you are here to help means more than you know. I'm glad I've seen such high spirits, Professor. Truly I am, but is it really wise for us to use the entirety of our remaining budget on this project? Oh, Borg, lighten up. Have I ever steered you wrong in the past? Well, I suppose not. Even so, you must forgive me if I feel uneasy seeing our coffers so thoroughly emptied. Better that the money is used and left to gather dust, I say. While I do agree that being miserly serves little purpose, the opposite extreme may not be the best approach. Well, there's no need for you to fret, Cecila. I have set aside more than enough scripts to see you duly compensated for your efforts. Thanks, madam. But enough talk about boring old financial matters. It's time for us to start working on our little friend's insides. However, know that this will be an altogether more difficult process than reinforcing its exterior. Let me know when you feel up to the task. I'm all ready to go. Don't you worry. I'm a rookie relic restorer. Here's some gold. Why, hello there. I'm ready to go, madam. Oh, thank the gods you're here. I was so worried you might not return that I couldn't focus on my work. I had a little drama queen. You calm down. Honestly, Borg, show a little faith. Celsa doesn't strike me as someone who'd go back on her word. My apologies. I didn't mean anything by it. Oh shit. I didn't mean anything by that either. As you probably worked out by now, Borg has a penchant to worry far more than he has any right to. Please don't take anything he says too seriously. But that's enough of that for now. It's time we get back to discussing our little friend's woes. This time I'll ask you to craft minuscule cogs made of gold. While examining the insides of the relic, I discovered that I was missing some, which seems to have caused a lot of damage we observed. Whatever you make will need to be as tough as coral. Are you up to the task? Yes. Oh, it's great to know. I can always count on you, Cecila. Best of luck. I have already got it all set to go, madam. Don't you worry. You don't have to wait too long. Here you go. As you can tell by my quest song, work on a Heavensward relic, which is something I didn't think I'd ever do. It's for the Astrologian. Didn't think I'd ever work. I didn't think it's kind of biting me. The fact that I kind of got rid of all my old Heavensward beast currency except for the Moogles, it came back to bite me in the ass. Because obviously back then, you know, when I was still going through the story in Heavensward, I didn't think I was gonna do a Heavensward relic, let alone max every class out and max out every job. So, yeah, it's came back to bite me in the ass because now I need poetics. Lots and lots of poetics. Solid work as always. Look at the detail too. It's obvious you stand head and shoulders above. Oh shit! I fucking messed that up. Yeah, there's only one, like, Heaven's Word relic I really cared about, and that's the Astrologian. All the other ones I don't really care for. I don't play Astrologian much, but I love the Heaven's Word relic for it. I'll show it off whenever it's completed. If I remember. The clocks were a perfect fit. Now I would be even happier if she decided to move for us. Well, she flopped. Oh, well done, little one. We'll have you moving more properly in no time, don't you worry. Well done. It merely flopped on the table like a dead fish. This is hardly a cause of celebration. I'm growing increasingly worried that this will all come to nothing and your reputation will end up in tatters. Oh, calm down, Borg. Lest you forget, the relic was found buried with the body of what appeared to be a mage, possibly of some repute. Their tome was also contained a range of tools used by those highly skilled in the arcane arts. I'm positive that this man possesses great power. Well, if we're discussing what it could be, I would say it could be just as easy to be a trinket or a charm they kept in their person. Now let's not forget the shady stories we heard about the gleaner who sold it to you in the first place. How are we meant to trust him with a track record of peddling counterfeit wares? Borg, how many times have I told you not to hold others' past against them? Everyone is capable of change, and I, for one, remain convinced that this relic is worthy of study. It's true that a gleaner's livelihood depends on their ability to discern what is a forgery and what is genuine article, but no one is without error, not even me. If our little friend does turn out to be a fake, it simply means I've made one such error. Nothing more, nothing less. Although I don't believe for a moment that I've done so. After all, who will believe in me if I don't believe in myself? That's not to say that I think myself infallible, mind you. Putting that aside for the moment, I shall examine our friend here and see if I can determine what problems yet remain. When next you have the time to spare, Cecil, pray seek us out, and we will set about making further repairs. I'm all ready to go. Don't you worry. We're gonna bang this up real quick. I'm a reasonable restorer now. Yay! Cecil, lovely to see you again. I was just here. I didn't go anywhere. Sure, I do hope you've been looking after yourself. On more than one occasion, my students have fallen ill due to neglecting their health, you know. I wouldn't want you to go the same way. Goodness, listen to me prowling on like some worried old mother. Well, I may not be your mother, but the rest still stands. I am old, and I do worry about you. But never mind me, you're obviously in good health and spirits both. Now, while you were away, I took a close look at the golden Deiata to determine what other parts may be faulty. Problem it seems is either the mammoth's core or the mechanism controlling motor function. I've examined the core and it appears to be made of increasingly rare minerals, or exceedingly rare. I could find no gleaners willing to or able to procure them, but I did manage to strike a deal with a merchant in the harbor. It will take time for the materials to be delivered, however. God. Until they arrive, I propose to start with another rather important piece of our mammoth puzzle. Your task is to craft the motor components required to support proper movement. This is far more complex than anything we have asked you for thus far. I sincerely hope that nothing goes wrong. There has been so much worry of late. I fear there is insufficient time in the day to consider it all. The thought of overlooked troubles keeps me from sleeping before I realize that another day rises with a new set of problems. Goodness, Borg, that won't do it at all. Well, I suppose that's one more reason for you to do your best with this. I'm sure that you can put Borg's minds at ease. I'll figure something out, don't you worry. Don't you worry, I already have it all set. I'm already 3 steps ahead of you. Already 3 steps ahead. Don't you worry, madam. Take your parts and like it! She's looking a lot better with that new part in place. We still got no replacement for her core, but let's see if she at least is capable of rudimentary functions. We got 2 flops that time. We're making progress. It may be slow, but we're definitely heading in the right direction. All that remains is to fashion a new core. I thought I told you to cease this ridiculous work of yours. To think the study and resources are being wasted on such nonsense while my efforts to decipher ancient languages go largely ignored. You there, clumsy assistant. How have you not yet convinced her to stop this blunder of her project? You should understand better than anyone her colleagues' misgivings are for this outlandish behavior. Well, I conceded and not share the professor's optimism for the potential of that thing, but as long as I'm resistant, I'll continue to support her in whatever way I can. Word has it that Eliapo thinks rather highly of you. For her to sing such praises, you must be an artist of remarkable skill. Yet for all your talent, it seems you still have much to learn about what work you should and shouldn't accept. Your gifts will go to waste if you keep humoring this old hag. Say what you want, but this thing's a job worth doing. Aw, so what a merry bunch of fools you all are! Do not think you can continue wasting studying resources forever. God, you're a chirper. Is it just me, or did he seem to be in a rather good mood today? Good? That's a good mood? God, I can't wait to see when he's when he's at his happiest. Well, hopefully that wasn't too distressing for you, Cecil. We simply need to keep at it. I'm certain our man friend will serve the life as soon as we get her a new core. As always, your help will be indispensable. Yay! Steam leveled. I'm a rather good relic restorer. Oh boy. I'm a rather good. Welcome back, Cecil. It's so wonderful to see you again. We received where our delivery of our core materials has come to port. Pork was just leaving to go fetch them, but now that you're here, I ask you to accompany him. I will be certain of the quality of these goods, and I trust your discerning artisan's eye. Fantastic! Well, hurry along, you two. Let's be on our way then. The merchant said she would be waiting for us in Scholar's Harbor. Alright. I can do that. I can do that! No worries. That away! Hello, how are you this fine day? You both from the stadium, yes? Well, yes, we are actually. We were sent by Professor Ruru for, so you be here for the minerals then. Have a gander at them, let me know if they meet with your approval. Well, this seems to be what we asked for. Any thoughts, Cecila? I don't know. Oh, that's great to hear. What a relief. I'm guessing they're good quality. Pleasure doing business with you. Now, here comes the brightful joy man here. Do you have to tell my recent order from the stadium? The order was placed under Namono Tayamono. Professor Namono. Always a pleasure. Of course I do. Here it is. I hope it's your liking. Yes, this is indeed what I request you to acquire, though I must say its contents appear to be somewhat lacking. Dearie me, do you wish to return it then? No, you did your job and deserve to be compensated accordingly. Thank you kindly. If there's nothing else, I'll be on my way. Here, perhaps with this you'll learn something about what constitutes worthwhile research. If it piques your interest, then feel free to visit me in my office. I would gladly welcome someone as determined as you to join my staff. We could do with another pair of hands. He's trying to scout him. What an asshole. A compendium of linguistic research. I fear its contents are beyond me. Archaeology has always been my preferred field of study. However, my marks in school often left much to be desired. To even call me a second-rate researcher would be flattery. But that mattered little to Professor Ruru. She took me under her wing in spite of my shortcomings, and my performance greatly improved thanks to her tutelage. So much so, I was offered a position working at St. Coinox Fine after graduation, but I couldn't accept it. I owe a great debt to the professor for all she has done for me. As long as she has need, I will remain at her side. Alas, I don't feel I've been much help to her of late. Perhaps it would be the best if I took on a few odd jobs for Professor Nemono. At least then I would be contributing to the field in some way, however insignificant it may be. Only Nemono working to the bone, you know. You're right. This is not a decision to be made lightly. Apologies for my jabbering. You did not come all this way to hear my lamentations. Calm was to turn to the professor. Ow, it's alright, man. We all have those moments. People are chatting away! Alright. This fellow Uwu. Hello, lady. Welcome back into everything went well, I take it. Good to hear. Thanks again for letting us that discerning eye of yours. I say, Borg, what does that Tomy have there? Oh, this? Well, we happened to run into Professor Nemono when we met the merchant, and the Tomy order seemed to underwhelm him, so he shoved it onto my hands. He asked if I might consider working for him. Look at you, being scouted by the professors. They're coming up in the world, Borg. Alas, he only wanted me to help out with odd jobs. I could never hope to aid in anyone deciphering ancient languages, as you well know. I do wish he wouldn't put himself down like this. He contributes more than his fair share to my work, at the very least. But let's set that aside for now. The time has come for you to get on to work on the core. If you should need additional materials, Borg will provide. Alright, this one I actually have to make, so you get to watch the process. It ain't thrilling. It's very boring. Success! There you go. One fancy gold core. Well, that was nerve-wracking work, but I've successfully replaced the old core with a new one. Now I need but pray that it works. It floated! Well, what do you know? It really can feel like an airship. I can hardly believe my eyes. I assume it's not elegant in origin. I can think of no other ancient civilization capable of fashioning such a mammoth. Strange, though, that it continued to function poorly despite replacing all its parts. Which leaves us with what now essentially a prohibitively expensive ornament. I'll grant you that our results thus far are somewhat less than satisfactory, but this is not cause for panic. Archaeology is most interesting when you come up against a hurdle like this. Don't you just love being challenged to solve a good mystery? Well, only time will tell if the Golden Deodo is truly a mammoth or simply someone's old plaything. But I can never forgive myself were I to move on to another project without first uncovering all of our friends' secrets. Just think about what state that we found it in, yet it's not capable of flight, for goodness sake. We made incredible progress. That said, the rally noise just now does have me worried. Perhaps I made a mistake somewhere when inserting new parts. We'll need to dismantle it once more and see if we can deduce what went wrong. Until then, I bid you get some rest. I'll let you know the very moment we have finished. Alright. Are you ready now? Because I am. Oh, sorry, didn't see you there. I was just mulling over something. I dismantled the Golden Deodo after you left, and then even tried oiling all its parts with lubricants, and graciously lent to me by the Faculty of Alchemy, but after reassembling it, nothing has changed. That said, I did make one new discovery. I found this small part within its mouth. It seems to be an artificial voice box of sorts. That this piece should have anything to do with its malfunctioning is highly unlikely, but it is damaged. I thought it may be worth replacing. What do you think? Maybe if you can communicate, it might help if you can communicate with it. Wait, you think the Golden Deodo may be capable of speech? Aha! A novel idea indeed! Well, she is capable of flight. It would not surprise me if she could talk as well. Perhaps then we could ask her what ails her. Could I try to make a golden mechanical voice box for our friend? Just imagine what interesting things she might share with us. Okay, I can do that. I can do that. I have it all set to go. Don't you worry. Bang, bam, boom, like I said. Alright, let's see if she speaks. Well, Golden says something, but you have the foggiest idea of what it's trying to tell you. Well. She speaks! I knew it! Did I actually hear that just now? Oh, Professor, this could be a discovery of a lifetime. That said, while it definitely made a noise, it sounded more like a song than a speech to me. Still wasting time on your little pet, I see. Professor Nemono, perfect timing. If you could spare a moment, we have need of your keen insight. I beg your pardon. Did I do something to suggest I wish to waste my time alongside you? Don't tell me you've actually made progress. All things successfully, yes. In fact, our recent discovery falls within your realm of expertise. Well, I say discovery, but it's more of a clue that it may lead to one. A clue? Oh, well, that's very impressive, given all the time you've already wasted on this lark. Honestly, are you even listening to yourself? Regardless, I did not come here to discuss your latest failings as a researcher. Allow me to be brief. In light of your wasting of research funding, I have asked the study to consider if your continued employment is a word to anyone here but aside from yourself. Just look how stressed your assistant is. Fret not, Bork. I promise to look after you once Professor Rue is removed from her position. Of course, in return, I expect you to sign my petition to proceed with this inquiry. What an asshole! What an asshole! God, I hate Lalafels. You're worse than the villains in Ilda. Well, that didn't go to plan, did it? Considering the linguistic nature of our problem, I was hoping Professor Nemono might be willing to assist us. If only I had spoken sooner, perhaps we would not have come to this. Forgive me, Professor, but the day has given me much. The day has given me much to consider. Do you excuse me? I never realized he was under such stress. Why is he leave him alone? There are certain matters we must still work out for ourselves. I have faith he will make the right decision for himself, whatever that may be. But come, you will not wish for our work to remain at a hall on his return. We must consider our next course of action. I'm a top drawer. Alright, off to the final one. The Wayback Machine. Going way back. Cecil, fortuitous timing as ever. As you can see, Borg has yet to return to the workshop. To be honest, it has been somewhat lonely here without him. For a mercy, I have managed to make progress with the Golden Dayada by way of a rather curious discovery. Initially, I thought to leave her be, fearful of damaging the parts you've labored so hard to provide. But then curiosity got the better of me. I dismantled her yet again, but this time I discovered a black stone inside a connector of some sort coiled all about it. Any ideas what it might be? An Alkan tombstone? Make sure that an Alkan tombstone didn't drop my pocket. Tombstone. I keep saying tombstones. Tombstone. My god. I gotta get out of that habit. It's been a habit since, like, way early on. Tombstone. An Alkan tombstone, you say? It doesn't have the customary patterns of a tombstone, but the texture is certainly similar. Based on where we found her, I very much doubt our friend here is created in the 3rd Astral Era. No, the 5th Astral Era is much more likely. Perhaps even the beginning of the 6th. It is entirely possible that people of that age, after unearthing Allagan relics, repurposed their technology. Or perhaps they merely drew inspiration from Allagan designs in their work. If this was meant to store records, which I believe it does, it would have expected to serve as their core, much like the mammoths of Ul'dah. However, the Golden Dayada's core has an altogether different function, which is why I suspect the stone, and whatever knowledge is stored within, is meant to supplement the core, hence the connector I found wrapped around it. Tell me, little one, just what secrets are you hiding? Cessna, would you be able to fashion a new connector for her? The one I found attached to the stone is clearly not working as intended. Honestly, what would I do without you? Let's not waste any time then. We must finish our work before Professor Nemona convinces the studying to hold their inquiry. Oh, big box. This may be what mean by the last request I ask of you. So please, any materials you require, but ask and I will see to the rest. Where the hell did she get the big box from? Alright. God, my luck. I had that was like shit. I was awful. Like I had nothing. No, my condition luck was shit. Oh yeah, now I get it. Fuck. There we go. I got your thing. Excellent, the connector's in place. Now I need to insert the stone and see how she responds. Professor Ruru! Borg, it's so good to see you. If you've come to apologize, don't. You're here now, and that's all that matters. No, that's not it. I mean, yeah, I'm sorry for being away for so long, but... Came to apologize, Professor. I signed the petition for your inquiry. Your research is leading me nowhere, Professor, and I thought it would better you resign and tarnish your legacy with this project. So I signed the petition, and now Professor Nemono has the signature he needs to submit his petition. It was only after I signed that I realized my mistake. If that relic yet holds secrets of a bygone era, it is our duty to find them. But now we may never have that chance. I take you've heard the good news. Professor Nemono. What an asshole. He has that smug-ass grin on his face. The faculty are ready to hold their inquiry, Professor. I suggest you make your way to Learning's Meet, lest you miss the ending of your own career. You two may as well come along too. The more the merrier, as they say. What an asshole. Can I just punt you into that furnace? Always in a hurry, that one. You really must learn how to relax. Borg, would you be dear and do me a favor? I wish to finish fitting this part to the Golden Dayada. Once finished, I'm positive we will learn all we need to know, but I need you to delay the inquiry, if only for a short time. No need to worry. I suspect it won't be long before the old girl stirs the life this time. Go ahead with Borg and wait for me at Learner's Meet. Alright, hopefully you get your fish working. What an asshole. I want to punt you in that furnace. What's this? Only the two of you? You're not going to tell me that great Professor Ruru took the coward's way out and fled, are you? No, her legs simply don't move as fast as they used to. Would you care for a cup of tea while we wait? Better yet, we could pay a visit to the last stand. Borg, we are far past the time of guilt and regret. Would you not agree? But you needn't fret. I should be sure to look after you. So please, there's no need to delay the inevitable. At any rate, all necessary parties to this inquiry will be here soon enough. Professor Ruru's absence merely proves that she has no intention of defending herself. Now, let us make our way to the auditorium. What an asshole. What an asshole. Allow me to preface this hearing by stating that I have the utmost respect for you as a fellow academic, Professor Ruru. However, given the support behind this recent petition, we have no choice but to consider the matter of your continued tenure here at the Studium. You stand accused of squandering Studium funds of the restoration of a relic of a questionable origin. And she has refused time and time again to heed my request to cease her activities. She's convinced that the relic in question is some sort of mammoth, but I have not witnessed it move, not even an ilm. What's more, the gleaner that found this so-called relic has a history of delivering counterfeits in the past. Isn't that right, Borg? Come now, Professor Nemono. Nobody's perfect. And for the 100th time, that mammoth is something special. You just need to be patient with her. Come now, little one, show them. It flies! Am I seeing things? This proves nothing. How do you know you didn't ask this helper of yours to contrive a means for it to move on its own? Oh, I suppose it falls on me to confirm as much. Tell me, did you do as much as Professor Nemone suggests? I only made the parts required to restore it. She speaks the truth. Naturally, someone with her ability could doubtless make modifications to allow rudimentary movement, but I don't think even the best in her field could have achieved this. Why, it's not the tome I received from Professor Nemono. As you may recall, the Golden Deado produced a strange noises some time ago in our workshop. It was only until recently I realized those noises were syllables, and they matched those comprising the language found in this book. Now, my dear, would you be kind to read an excerpt from the book? Oh, and please be certain to translate into a language you can all understand. The serpent that sleeps in the deep slowly shed its skin of old. Eat that, bitch! I recognize that passage. It has something to do with magics that control the life stream. At least, I would wager that's what the serpent represents. It aligns with everything my research has uncovered thus far. Then this relic is an ancient translation device, yes. And here I was convinced that Professor Ruru had all but lost her critical faculties. Yet, clearly it was I that was entirely in the wrong. I've been too quick to belittle the work of others, only thinking of what immediate benefit they might have to mine. A researcher would be inquisitive and reflective, but I have only been selfish and overly prideful. Please allow me to extend my sincerest apologies. If anyone should be removed from their post, it is I. Oh, stop. You need to be so dramatic. If not for your passion for linguistics, I would never have discovered the importance of this relic. Well, it would seem there was no further need for these proceedings. But may I make a suggestion? Could you two consider working together? It's clear to me that at least that such an arrangement would be mutually beneficial. What a fantastic idea! I would love nothing more than working alongside Professor Nemono. Pray allow me to thank you for helping Professor Rue with her research. Were it not for your intervention, I fear we may have committed a grave error and silenced a perfectly capable researcher along with her work. All's well that ends well, eh? Let's head back to the Maker's Meet, and I need to thank you properly for everything you've done. He's still an asshole. I don't care, he's still an asshole. You ain't getting off the hook that easily, buddy. Still an asshole. I thought I was acting in your best interest, but, well... Professor, I'm more sorry than you'll ever know. Would you ever consider allowing me to work with you as your assistant once more? I'll give you all the time you need to decide. Listen, Bork, you don't need to apologize to me because nothing's changed between us. Never stop being my assistant. And please, do yourself a favor and stop being so hard on yourself all the time. I couldn't ask for a better colleague. Though I suppose there is one thing you could do with learning. Patience. Our work often takes time to bear results, after all. Now, are you ready to get back to work? Oh, Professor! What a nice surprise. Are you here to ask for our little friend's help? Something like that, yes. The book I gave your assistant was merely an abridged compilation of works of ancient languages. What I have now are complete inscriptions of the texts I am presently studying. I simply must know what is written here. I spent far too long toiling over way to decipher their contents to no avail. I'm all too familiar with that feeling. I suppose all researchers are spurred on by that thirst for answers. Perhaps said answers will even help these recent anomalies in the live stream. I'm sure some of the other professors of the study would love to hear your findings. Well, you two certainly have reconciled your differences quite quickly. Would I can relinquish my worries so easily? Huh. Thank you once again, Cecil. If you hadn't stuck around to help as long as you did, I might have lost an irreplaceable assistant and countless colleagues. That is to say nothing of the huge academic leap forward we're about to make thanks to all your hard work. A gift I hope to repay with hard work of my own. And then when next you visit, I'll be sure to have a number of fascinating discoveries to share with you. Hopefully. I hope you're prepared, Boric. You have 2 professors to attend to now, so no more moping, alright? Oh, I'm quite sure he'll have no time for that, as I no longer have the resources required to hire additional help. You're my one and only assistant now, Boric, so do try to keep your wits about you. Oh dear, what have I got myself into now? Well, at least the subject matter is interesting. That's all good. Alright. I'm a masterful something or other. Nice! That's 1 down. We just got 2 more to do. So, when we come back, maybe we'll do the next one, which would probably be Carpenter, because that's the one I can do right at the moment. So, maybe we'll do that next time. If not, then I'm not sure. Then we'll see what happens next. So, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you then. Later.